just wanted to go over another 3-act task. This is called Skittles. This is from Grant Fletcher. You can find these on a lot of tasks on gfletchy.com. He goes over these in his workshops on grassroots.com, Foundations of Numerical Reasoning K-2, Foundations of Numerical Reasoning 3-5, where he goes over each part of this task. So I'm just going to just give you a brief preview in case you want to take the workshop or you want to do one of these tasks. They always start with an image, and then he would say, what do you notice and what do you wonder? And you could write down what the kids are saying. Then he would say, what do you, if the kids say, what do you notice, what do you wonder, what do you want to know? And they might say how many Skittles there are in the light bulb, or they might want to know how many of each color there are in the light bulb. And he would do an estimation first, because he really believes that estimation is very important and is overlooked in in school a lot of the time, so that you would have a low estimation and a high estimation, and what your estimation is. And then he says it's really important to list all of the all the estimations. Don't put single estimations on the board, because then kids feel they feel kind of rotten if their estimation was way off. But if they have ranges, then they have there's comfort in having friends or other people who have also anticipated or estimated in that range. After the estimation, you would ask the kids, so what information do you want to know? So they might say, well, I want to know how many Skittles there are in every color. So then he would show, he would reveal, I guess this would be Act 3, he would reveal how many there are in each color. And then the students would go and they would work on figuring out how many Skittles there are altogether. And you would then collect the work. And the big part of this is that you before would anticipate what kind of strategies you might see. And you put those here, and then when you're monitoring the groups, you can write down which group is doing which strategy and add more strategies if there are more strategies. He really goes over in his workshops how to sequence the work in terms of least sophisticated to most sophisticated strategies, and that it's very important to pull pull out of the work what you're seeing. What does this show you about the student and what they can do? And after you do that, then you really think hard about which ones you want to show. And he always says that whatever you show, the 3 and 4 you show, make sure that they'll pull 1 or 2 students along with them, so that 1 or 2 students can enter a different level of sophistication based on which students' work you're presenting and connecting. Then he will do a reveal of how many there were, and he's got them in, I guess, groups of unitizing by 10. Thanks for listening. I really highly recommend you take those workshops. And if you do not take the workshops, at least go to gfletchy.com, because there's so many 3-act tasks and they're just fabulous. Thanks for listening.